Alright, welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. And in the last episode, shit was about to going down. And now we see the final conclusion of it. Alright, let's start this. Just quickly check if everything's recording. Yes, we are ready to go. I was actually just discussing the budget report before you came by. You must be very talented to have finished all your student council duties so quickly that you can track me down to make sure I don't forget my own. Are you accusing me of slacking off? It seems like you're confusing me with yourself. Oh God, Misha, this is so confusing that I have to be Misha while looking at this face. I don't think so. That would be a very difficult thing for me to do, comparing myself to you. You're right. The difference between us is like heaven and hell. And it's not hard to guess which one you might represent. Oh, shots fired. The air between them ripples with the heat of their enmity. Well, not really. They can't disguise it anymore though. Even Misha looks like she's begging to understand the real nature of this conversation. Actually, did you see that? We got a panty shot right here for no real reason. I just realized it. Yeah, I'm a typical boy. I see stuff like that even through text. Yep, nice panty shot there. But let's return to this. Dot. Hick-chan, do you slack off either? Don't you fuck it up. Alright. Hick-chan, don't you slack off either. What are you talking about? Dot. Aren't you taking part in the festival, Hick-chan? You are, aren't you? Then, I hope you're going to do a lot more to make sure it goes smoothly than this person. I don't understand why Shizune is suddenly getting mad at me. Don't drag me into this. I've done my part. I really liked Lily. I made this very, very clear that I really liked her a lot. A lot more than her. So, I go with this. Of course, I have to. But first, we are going to save. Create a new save. Successfully saved. Great. Alright. No, I have to double save. Sorry for the inconvenience. Yep. So, hey, come on, cut me and Lily some slack. Hey, I'm the new guy, remember? It's not like I could have done much even if I wanted. That's right. You shouldn't expect a transfer student to jump right into it on his first week. Lily taking my side feels oddly comforting, so I decide to back her up too. Yeah, you're being unreasonable with us both. Dot. Yeah, you get the sweaty tear there. Excuses. Miss Classweb has had plenty of time to deal with her report. And we repeatedly offered you a position to help with the student council work, but you refused to commit yourself to making the festival a success. You're obviously not working with her together, so... Yeah, but as I said back then, I'm not sure of it. I'm not sure if... Why am I fucking up so many lines? I don't have time for this right now. No matter what I do, it will mean being drawn into a confrontation with Shizune, and that is what she wants. Whatever, forget it. I turn my back at them. I get back to my seat and shut my ears from the finale of the argument between Lily and Shizune. Eventually, Lily leaves our classroom, and Shizune and Misha seat themselves without talking to me. I can feel Shizune's eyes burning into my back. She's probably angry at me, but I'm just as angry with her. Alright, we fucked up that line. I don't get why she had to drag me into the argument. Hanako doesn't come to the morning class at all. And this music gets freaking loud. For me at least. At all, leaving her seat looking empty and lonely in the back of the classroom. I have to tell her that Lily was looking for her, if I see her later. After the events of this morning, class is pretty boring in comparison. I turn the pages of my textbook lazily. I have a bit of catching up to do, despite trying to keep up with my studies at the hospital, but I'm not feeling that enthusiastic about it. The clock at the front of the room sounds unbearably loud. The teacher hasn't said anything in over 7 minutes, instead opting to cover the board in rows and rows of equations taken directly from the book. The rhythmic clashing of chalk on blackboard seems to synchronize perfectly with the ticking of the clock. I start to copy down the equations just to pass the time, even though they are right there in the textbook. When the bell rings, I'm not in a hurry, because I have nothing to do. So I stay for a while, reviewing what we covered in class today. I prefer to leave last anyway, so I don't have to deal with crowding in the hallways. That's probably a really good idea. I notice Shizune and Misha have also stayed behind, talking to someone from another class. Shizune is signing so fast that her hands make noises like swords cutting through the air. Maybe there's pent-up anger in there. Misha is trying desperately to keep up, but it's clear she can barely manage to even understand her. I put my head down. Whatever they are discussing looks like serious business. Shizune signs to the point where her wrists crackle, and Misha struggles to spit it out in word form. Okay? Sometimes she trips over herself like she's dealing with tongue twisters, and then on top of that, she has to sign back anything the other girl says. Seems like a rough job. Misha looks tired, like she's about to faint. Luckily for her, the business is soon finished and the girls sit down on their seats again. I'm so tired. This is a totally wrong voice. She's hanging her head limply on her desk, looking exhausted. I use the opportunity to reconcile with Shizune a bit, without getting roped into the student council thing again. Though I suspect that door is now closed for me. Oh, good that that is over. Festival preparations must be tough for you. Indeed, the people in the school seem to be taking the festival very seriously. Whenever I see people idling around before and after classes, they are always talking about their plans for it. It's kind of neat to see everyone being so enthusiastic about it. I'm probably the only one who doesn't have something to do. Shizune scoffs at me first, as if I'm trying to decide whether to ignore or sneer at me. But in the end, she starts signing without doing either. Misha perks up, looking at her hands with slightly unfocused eyes. ... She signs with harsh, heavy, dramatic strokes. Yes, you were telling her that now! Or him, not her, whatever. Misha translates her signing into speech for me. She does it so well, it's almost like Shizune is actually speaking, transmitting her thoughts directly through Misha. She must have practiced it vigorously. Well, of course we're in the student council, you know, so we are pretty busy. It's an important duty of ours to ensure the success of this festival with all our strength. ... We would shame ourselves in front of the past student council generations if the festival were to fail. ... That's why there must be no flaws, no, I think was encumbrances, no nothing that might make the festival short of perfect. Shizune's passionate speech and Misha's enacting are weirdly, oddly fitting of them. Oh, hello. Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God! There she is! Why am I so excited? I don't know. I look over my shoulder and see Hanako peering timidly into the classroom, most of her body hidden behind the door. Hey, playing delinquent again? Hanako blushes hard at Misha's straightforward jab, even if it was only in jest. ... Oh god, come on, don't be so harsh to her. Shizune stares at her probingly, causing Hanato to look down and start backing away, to the point where only her fingers can be seen, wrapped nervously around the edge of the door. Maybe she's showing her dislike of Hanako by association of her dislike of Lily. It appears so, and Hanako probably knows it as well. What is it, Hanako? Has Lily been here? Sorry, haven't seen Sato. She came by in the morning though. Hanako keeps looking uneasily at Shizune, who stares back at her with her usual studying gaze. What is she trying to do? Of course Shizune isn't going to look away, and she isn't enough as it is, so I can only imagine how terrified Hanako would be. It is a little uncomfortable watching Hanako's reaction to Shizune's normal behavior. This is what happens when two people of two different extremes meet, it seems. You know where she is? ... If she has any sense in her head, she's in her classroom working on the festival project, but who knows where that woman is loitering at. Hanako nods quickly and retreats with haste. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, we are really working hard to make the festival happen. And driving other people insane along the way. Well, good luck with that. I stand up to leave, making my exit before either of them manages to berate me any more for slacking off. The halls are somewhat quiet as expected. Everyone must be in club meetings or at festival preparations, or both. Shizune's words about being a slacker echo in my head. Why? You're new in this school. You have to get yourself into it first. You can't do anything yet. I feel a bit guilty about not contributing, but it seemed to lack the resolve to do something concrete about the matter. For the festival, it's too late already, unless I count helping Shizune and Misha, which I naturally don't. And clubs, I don't know. Maybe I'm not a club type of a person. We helped with the painting. This was an important part of the festival, wasn't it? Halfway through the way from the school building to the dorms, I spot a figure in front of the dorms. It's Win. Oh, Win! It's looked like she's working on a mural today too. I walk over to her, but she doesn't seem to notice me approaching. She is sitting on an upturned box, looking intently at the wall. She's painting with a brush held between her toes. The mural has progressed considerably since yesterday, but it's still only half done, as far as I can tell. More colors have appeared, and the twisted human-like figures have spread and increased in number. Oh god, this looks so terrifying just looking at it. God, you see, here's a face, there's a face, there are eyes and an extra face, and here are figures. This is a little bit terrifying. I have to say, the style is quite eye-catching and very unique. Not that I would be knowledgeable about art by any measurable scale, but it's very nice looking nevertheless, and terrifying as well. I clear my throat to get her attention, but not startle her so that her concentration won't break. Wait. She doesn't even turn to check who it is. I'll wait. ... Dots. More dots. A lot of dots. A lot of dots later. 15 minutes later, I decide that her concentration is indeed unbroken, and also that I have waited long enough to Win, poking her gently on the shoulder to remind her of my presence. Win turns her head mechanically Or more like... whatever. To my ending up staring at me at my crotch level. Yeah, I know that word at least. Oh, it's Hiso. She can tell? I would feel a lot less uncomfortable if she would look at my face. She looks at my crotch and knows that it is me. Yeah, I don't know. Great, my mood is so good right now. An astute observation. Hard at work, I see. The conversation starts as if I hadn't been here for a quarter of an hour already. But it's not a concern. At least it starts. Looking good. It does. The layers of paint hiding other layers of paint, mixing and shaping the human figures really create an impressive look. But Win looks miffed. You shouldn't comment on works in progress. 7 years of bad luck. Sorry. I don't know why my recordings are have such a long period while I'm doing them. So I forget most of the voices and I have to recreate them in some way. And I hope I can fit them. Sounds terrible. I guess I take it back then. Still, it looks good. I wonder if I get 14 years of bad luck for thinking that. Win turns back to look at her painting and pokes it with a big toe. Could you mix some of this color? I'm running out of it. She looks down at half-empty bowl with the remains of the same pinkish paint in it. I didn't really intend to stay and help her with this project though. I guess I didn't intend to do anything much. I look at Win. She looks emptily back at me. Just this once. Win picks up another brush and drenches it in another tone of pale red. There are dozens of similar bowls all around her working area. From the looks of this scene, she could have been sitting there for hours. I wonder if she has. That would mean she'd have been skipping school though, which I of course wouldn't put beyond someone like Win. I pour a little bit of white and red into the bowl, trying to match the color with the one already on the wall. I can't seem to get it right. It's really inconvenient of her to not mix enough in the first place. Getting it to be exactly the same tone will be impossible, but at least I can try to get as close as I can. Speaking of hard work, isn't that a huge workload for you too? It's such a big painting and all. Oh, I'm not old and bitter enough yet to think like that. I guess you aren't. You guessed right. Legs hurt though. They feel like slugs. Slugs made of sea slugs. Because of the position? Yeah, I like doing it in horizontal position more, if you know what I'm talking about. But it can't be helped. Can't ask the wall to lay down. Saying that, she stretches herself a little, bending her legs and back far more than a human should flex. It's astonishing how effortlessly she manages her body around. There's a small flinch in her otherwise blank expression. Did you see that? Did you catch that? You could actually see it. A hint of pain maybe, as she stretches out her calves. Win must have stamina and dexterity far above a normal person to be able to live like she does, but she's wearing out working on this. Wait, oh yeah, she has a lot of less weight than others, so she has a better thing of balancing herself maybe? Why push yourself so much? Take a break or something like at least. Continue tomorrow if it's bad. This gives her a pause. A long one too, feeling like a mental yawn. ... I don't think though, Hiso. I'm not pushing myself. Sure looks like you are. No, it's not about pushing or pulling or anything related to that kind of thing. There's this boy. A boy? What? Yes. Where? At the art club. And? He's blind. Oh, how can you paint if you are blind? No idea. So why is he there? That's the point. He's there. Oh, huge shot. She really should speak more than one word at a time to make this feel more like a discussion and less like an interrogation. He can't really do anything that you'd call art, right? But he comes there anyway and paints. Why? I don't know. Why? I don't know. That's why I ask. So? He doesn't paint often, but I think his paintings are very interesting. I'm sure they are. I once tried that, painting with the eyes closed. Wasn't too interesting, and cleaning up the floor took ages. Didn't try again. But he's becoming better at sculpting. I see. Maybe she was trying to make a point with this? Maybe she forgot she had one. Seems like the art club is full of interesting people. Not really. Pretty blunt statement, and she totally missed the sarcasm. No? Just like I said, they are not very interesting. I usually don't have much interest in people who are not interesting. Maybe you have. Maybe. ... But that boy is interesting. Do you like him, maybe? Do you want to be maybe closer to him? To know him maybe better? Yeah? Maybe I'm like that boy. Or maybe you are. Maybe everyone is. Doing things you can't do just because you can. That's pretty deep, I think. And tell that to her. You're a deep one. Nah, I'm really shallow. I'm a really shallow and thoughtless person. People say that to me all the time. Did you know I can only think of 4 things at the same time? No, but now I do. You can think of 4 things at the same time? I can barely think about 2 things at the same time. Right, now I'm thinking of the second floor's girl toilet, ice cream flavored ice cream, the middle toe, and a haircut. I'm going to need a haircut. She shakes her head around vigorously, letting her short and messy hair waffle widely around. I can see that doing it is something she likes to do. Yeah, she smiled there really happily. We fall silent as wind tweets around, absent-mindedly poking some brushes around. The thought about the art club sticks in my head for a while longer. I'm feeling like I'm treading on very unknown territory with art. The way these meetings with Win go, it's as though I'm starting a smoking habit or something. I should probably stop talking with her. Really? You get addicted to talk to her? This is strange. It's not like I dislike her, despite the confusion her being herself causes, and I don't dislike art either. I've even drawn for fun sometimes. I just don't have a real creative drive or any technical skill. Yeah, just like me it seems. So usually, if I were to draw something, I get white paper syndrome and just freeze completely. White paper syndrome! This is the one I never heard before. That or I manage to draw something disfigured and promptly get frustrated at my inability to put the picture in my head down on the paper, then call it quits without really even trying to make an effort. Oh, that's sad. Win clearly doesn't have this problem, but she frustrates me in another way. Being with her is like looking into a mirror that doesn't reflect anything. It makes one question the sanity of the act. Win sits down on her box, swaying from side to side, apparently comfortable with the uncomfortable silence. She's staring at me again, or maybe over my shoulder. I can't quite figure out where her eyes are focused. I'm thinking of leaving, so she can carry on working, undistracted, and that I can do whatever I'm going to do alone. Oh, come on! Meet some more people. There are so many cool people there. Try to find Hanako, try to find Lily, try to find Emi. Emi, yes, that was her name. There's so many things to do. Or talk a little bit with your bro, Kenji. And it's not like I have anything that must be done today. Oh, shoot! Who? Didn't mean the word shoot like that. He just wanted to pretend that he ran out of time and had a meeting and made up some stuff. And she just asked who? Oh shoot! Who? I'm sorry. I'm losing it so easily in this game. I don't know what it is. Sorry. Oh wait. Nobody. I just forgot to tell Hanako that Lily was looking for her. See, you have something to do. Do you know her from my class? Oh, her. The mystery toilet girl. That person is funny. I saw her going to the toilet 5 times during one recess 3 weeks ago. I'm sure it's a world record. It was very mysterious. That's why you call her Mystery Toilet Girl? What other reason could there possibly be? I think I've totally messed her voice right now. Well, if there is, it's an eternal mystery. I didn't follow her in there. ... Maybe it was the week before that? Could have been. ... Looking at her makes me hungry. What? Don't say that! Oh, this is just nasty. At least not around her. Wynn turns to look at me blankly, as if she's not sure why I reproved her. But she doesn't acknowledge understanding any more than before, so I give up at this point. So, do you want to go eat dinner then? No, not yet. Wynn has turned her hungry gaze back to the wall, looking slightly more energetic, or at least slightly less lethargic than she did before. It's as if the wall is an opponent she has to vanquish, something she must overcome before she can indulge in dinner. Yes, the never-ending quest of the perfect painting. This is a feeling I get. A weird sense of empathy overcomes me and makes me smile a little to myself. For all her oddity, Wynn is pretty cool after all. I'll be going anyway. Have fun. Wynn has already grasped a brush and is dipping it into fresh paint, so of course she can't hear me anymore or doesn't answer anything, even if she does. Adhering to the nurse's nagging voice in the back of my head, I set my alarm clock to wake me up early enough to go jogging again. Yeah! You didn't told Lily or Hanako. You didn't do anything today anymore. I made a promise and I'm going to keep it. Besides, Amy is bound to rat on me if I don't show up. But it's not all that bad. And we're going to sleep. Alright, and this is a perfect spot to end this episode. I hope you liked it. If so, hit the like button, leave a comment, and maybe subscribe to my channel if you didn't already have. And I will see you in the next episode. Stay tuned!